Welcome back, everyone. Well, with the brand new inflation data that was just released, I thought this would be an opportune time to once again cover SSI, Social Security, SSDI, and a potential increase that we could see in benefits, especially with the brand new inflation data coming out, because that will, for the most part, have the largest impact on whether or not you could see federal benefits get an increase for the year of 2022. So we'll be talking about what the inflation data means for you. Could we see a potential increase, and how much that potential increase could be? Let's get started, dive right into the news. But before we do, as always, you guys know the drill, you know the protocol by now. Make sure that you give this video a massive thumbs up, smash a like button. I would greatly appreciate that. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button and that little notification bell as well. That little bell will notify you each and every time we do post a brand new video, upload a brand new update, or go live right here on this channel. So now that you've done those couple things for me, we can get started and dive right in. So first, we'll start with what COLA means. C-O-L-A. What does that mean? Well, it means cost of living adjustment, and it essentially is an increase made to Social Security and supplemental security income to counteract the effects of inflation. Cost of living adjustments are typically equal to the percentage increase in the consumer price index for urban wage earners and clerical workers for a specific period. So if someone receives $10,000 in Social Security benefits last year and the COLA for this year is 4.1%, well, their benefits for this year would then be $10,410. The COLA for 2021 is 1.3%, so that payment would rise to $10,130 in that scenario. So inflation and the consumer price index, these are really the most imperative metrics when it comes to determining what the COLA will be for the following year. And new consumer price index data points to a possible 6.2% cost of living adjustment for Social Security recipients in 2022. So this is great news if you're on federal benefits. This is according to the latest estimate from the Senior Citizens League, which is a advocacy group for the elderly, senior citizens, and Social Security recipients. And this is very interesting. This is up from a 6.1% estimate that the nonpartisan senior advocacy group had projected last month. So they've actually increased their forecast. Again, the increase for 2021 that was decided in late 2020 was just 1.3%. However, with the exorbitant inflation going on right now, we could potentially expect a massive increase, one that we have not seen in decades. And the data shows that this could be true. If you take a look at back in the 70s when inflation was very high under President Carter, you see that in the 70s, some of these cost of living adjustments hit as high as over 14% according to this chart. This data comes right from the Social Security Administration, and you could see throughout the 70s and even the 80s, there was not one single year where the cost of living adjustment was not at least 6% or higher. Now, you may not realize this, but we are right now in the crux of the decision, because the remainder of August and the month of September will be critical in regards to how much we can expect the COLA to be. This is because the official calculation, which is released by the SSA or the Social Security Administration, it typically comes through in the month of October, and it's based on the average of July, August, and September data. So we've already had July, August, we're pretty much halfway through. And now we'll see if September, these inflation numbers can hold up. But so far, so good if you are in federal benefits. This is because, according to a policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League, Mary Johnson says, quote, with 1/3 of the data needed to calculate the COLA already in, it increasingly appears that the COLA for 2022 will be the highest paid since 1983, when it was at that time 7.4%. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that high, but these 1-2% increases are not cutting it. They're doing absolutely nothing for our senior citizens and our disabled, the most vulnerable people, especially during this pandemic. Because if you take a look at that 1.3% increase for 2021, for the average retirement benefit, that amounted to just $20 per month for a total of $1,543 monthly. $20 will get you absolutely nothing, because if you take a look at the inflation data, you take a look at the purchasing power that someone had just earlier this year compared to what they have now, it has dropped a lot more than 1.3%. So do take that generous potential 6.2% increase for next year with a grain of salt, because this could also mean a lot higher inflation as well, which means higher prices to pay. So it sort of counterbalances each other. Like just taking a peek at the price of gasoline, never mind the cost of housing, medical expenses, and food, gasoline just over the past 12 months alone has risen 41.8%. This is helping to push the COLA estimate up, so it may not be a reason for celebration. And brand new data that we just received this past Wednesday this week from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that the broader consumer price index rose 5.4% in July compared to a year earlier, driven mostly by rising food and energy prices. And so this data also points to a substantial COLA increase for the year 2022 if it continues throughout the months of August and September. It's also important to note that any changes in Federal Reserve policy that could affect inflation will not likely come until after the Social Security COLA increase is announced. And most of the central bank's focus has been on helping people return to work rather than on price increases that are perceived as temporary. So we don't have to worry about the Federal Reserve's power and the potential part that they could play in the inflation data. So overall, I wouldn't even say be cautiously optimistic. I would say be optimistic about an increase for COLA for the year of 2022. It's just a matter of how much, and can we really expect over that 6% number, or will things start to cool down and we'll see prices start to really settle down? We'll have to see what happens. We'll be sure to update you guys right here on this channel. I'm curious if you are on Social Security. Do you collect SSI? Do you collect disability? Do you collect any federal benefits that would take part in the COLA increase for next year? Let me know down below in the comments. Do you believe that this increase is long overdue? Do you believe that we should change the policy and the measurement of how COLA is calculated, because it's clearly not keeping up with the cost of living, even though it's called the cost of living adjustment? So what are your thoughts on that? Let me know down below in the comments as well. More news and developments are to follow suit. If you did enjoy this video, as always, give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button and that little notification bell as well. That little bell will just notify you each and every single time we do post a brand new video. And if you'd like to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, go ahead and use those links down below in the description of this video. When you go ahead and sign up with the brokerage platforms, Robinhood and or Webull, actually get some free stocks, some valued up to thousands of dollars in some cases. So do let me know what stocks you do get. And if you would like to connect with me on social media, I am on Instagram at Logan Cohn, LOGANKOHN, right there on your screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care for now.